So it wasn't so much trying to find a place to stay or have food to eat. It was like, some of these Course in Miracles potlucks, and they load you up with food. You have to kindly say, no thank you, I haven't had enough. So that's been the experience for me. And that was back in 1991, so I can really relate to Robin and her husband and children right now, because you're right on the cusp of this glorious ride where people get sent to you and you get to shine your light, and you really have to trust that everything that comes to you is coming from your higher power, or from the Holy Spirit. Whenever you start to get into guilt, it's always because you're back into the personal perspective of, okay, I've got to do something, or looking to certain people, like looking to a board of directors or to donors. It's never going to get into that thing like we're getting greeted and serenaded. The ones, it's so beautiful. It never gets into this thing of favoritism or who donated what or how much. I mean, I know Robin and her husband are experiencing the volunteerism of people just showing up, and there's so much joy that you actually lose track of what you're doing in terms of form. You start to get more into your purpose, which is just to shine the light. And when you shine the light, things just show up in miraculous ways. And in these last 13 years, if I wrote a book, it would probably be bigger than the Bible and the Urantia book and the Course in Miracles combined, all the miracle parables and experiences. But I like to just, when I travel, I share bits and pieces of them here and there, just because they're just stories of inspiration that when you let go of trying to control your life, God is there. So I feel extremely honored to be here, and everywhere I go, I just feel like I keep meeting myself over and over. And of course, the Miracles is just one path that aims at what we might call self-realization, know thyself, enlightenment, salvation, oneness. I feel just like a child filled with joy in the sense that I've reached a state of mind in this transformation that I actually don't have any problems anymore. I actually don't have any financial problems or health problems. I have no relationship problems. I was talking in a group yesterday for about 4 hours, and they know me from my videos and stuff up on the web. But in the state of enlightenment or self-realization, you see that everybody is there with you. It's not somebody being enlightened and then everybody else not being enlightened. Kind of like the old, I've got it, but you don't. What you do in this state is you see everybody with such love and honor and respect, because you're looking through the filter of your own mind, and when you remove all those obstacles and grievances, everything is beautiful. Everyone's beautiful. And in fact, when I go to other countries, when I was in Argentina, the bombs started falling on Baghdad, and there were people protesting out on the streets, like anti-American protests, and banners flying everywhere, and I was like a child walking around going, wow, look at all these people, and I asked one of them, what does that banner say, because it was hung across the street, and it said, Senor Bush, take up knitting. I said, now that's a peace rally. Forget the anti-war stuff. Senor Bush, take up knitting. I think I'm in the right country here. So I went to the gatherings, and they're all speaking Spanish and everything, and I don't know a word of it. Sí, senor. I don't know much Spanish, so they're asking me all these questions, and one of the questions was, some of them were really interested in the war, what my idea of the war was, and so they translated one of the questions in Spanish to me. They said, what is your position on your president? What is your position on your president? And they gave me the thing. It was like, okay, what is my position? I have no position on my president. And then they came back to me and they said, don't you understand the question? And I said, no, it's not understandable. I said, we're all children of God. We're all spirits, and we are children of a loving source, and this isn't political. God really isn't political. God doesn't see political boundaries, or like the Native Americans say, there's no dividing line between countries and states. It's just all shared. And so I just basically said, I have no position. And so then they all started to nod, and I learned the Spanish word claro, meaning clear. They're all nodding, claro, claro. And then I just broke out into a rendition of John Lennon's Imagine. Imagine there's no country, or wonder if you can, nothing to kill or die for, a brotherhood of man. And all these women, about 97% women, started singing with me, Imagine, on key, and in English.